Hello, everyone. This is Kelly Beard of KarmicTools.com, and this is your weekly forecast for October 13th through the 19th of 2019. So before we dive into the forecast for the week, I want to let you know that I have created a fun survey, and if you'd be willing to help me out, as a thank you for your time, I will send you a 3-card message from your angels, ancestors, and animal guides. I'm putting the final touches on my new website, and this would really help me out if you would take this survey. In order to prevent spam, however, I did have to put a password on it. So the password is free, the number 3, and the word card. That's F as in Frank, R-E-E, the number 3, C as in Charlie, A-R-D as in David. You can find that at karmictools.com/survey. And also, I want to let you know that I have a new resources page on Karmic Tools, so karmictools/resources. And I will be adding more resources to it in the future, but I'm really excited about some special offers that are extended to you, my Power Circle community, and the links can all be found there. Nancy Hartline is a numerologist that I've worked with for many years, and she has a new report called Your Numbers in a Nutshell. I love it. And it is great for those of you who just want that overview with the bottom line, as well as poignant reminders of incredible support and protection that is coded within your personal numbers. Any kind of session with Nancy will support your evolution, but I've heard many of you say you'd love a report just like this. And you know I love anything customized, so I'd highly recommend that. And it's linked on the resource page. And then Deborah Bellany is a new cohort, but I'm sure we knew each other in a past life, and she was introduced to me by a longtime Power Circle member, friend, and colleague. I love that she has, quote, a deep desire to motivate herself and other magnetic, melanin-aware light beacons to become better conscious co-creators of the life they desire, while removing race, gender, and generational obstacles on the path to planetary oneness. And she does that through authoring books, teaching classes, and coaching, to name a few. But she also combines an ancient system of cardology and astrology, and has some amazing personal reports that she has generously offered my Karmic Tools folks 20% off all reports when you use the link on my resources page to get there, and the code KKT20. So that's KKT as in Kelly's Karmic Tools 20. I seriously love them, y'all. You have to check them out. There's ways to work with your own blueprint, but the relationship and collaboration reports are super useful when you want to work, play, or live with someone else. And then Leela Nancy Ward and I have collaborated also many times over the years, and again recently on the Venus Call. Leela is an amazing and natural channel. She is an artist and another one of my stellar guides that I have worked with for many years. She has created 2 private sessions that will help you learn more about your own soul's divine essence. And one of them comes with your own custom mandala that she creates for you. She's an amazing artist. You can email her at leela.nward@gmail.com, or you can find more on her website, integralsoul.love. And the links are found also in the blog here. Finally, last week I mentioned Mars moving through Libra, activating a new cycle in relationships, collaborations, and partnerships of all kinds. We are calling in our tribe, our community, our friends, our teammates, our co-creators, and tuning into our own individual magnetics to ensure that we are magnetizing into our lives those people and resources that we truly need, desire, and deserve. The Libra new moon also allows us to plant seeds for new relating of all kinds. And so you should be totally ready for this week's Aries full moon clearing and release work. Essentially, now you get to release anything blocking you from having the relationship experiences that you've always wanted. You get to release that which is no longer part of your identity or purpose. Who you are has evolved, and what you want has changed, and both on fundamental levels in recent years. And now you are starting with a certain amount of clean slate energy. So remember, when you change, everyone around you changes or goes away, naturally and effortlessly. So let's dive in. First thing up is the Aries full moon on the 13th, which is Sunday. And this affords an incredible opportunity for a clean slate, deep release of that which is no longer part of your identity or purpose. It's also a good time to release anything that creates imbalance within you or blocks your true independence in the world. This full moon kicks off another year of release work, which also means that you just completed a whole year of it too. So give yourself credit where credit is due. As you go forward, rather than feeling like things are overwhelming and moving too fast to process, let alone integrate, you should be able to see where you have done so much inner soul work that you can now move through your own personal processes much faster. Now, of course, this won't be the case for everyone, in which case the Aries full moon is going to shine that bright light on exactly what aspects of self have put you in this position and make you feel it until you are so uncomfortable that you finally own it. Once you own it, you can deal with it, change it, and or release it. Just keep in mind this is all rhythm and patterns, which means if you pay attention, you can consciously co-create with more ease and grace and much less frustration. That is the general vibe of any Aries full moon, but this one is special because it's plugging into larger cycles and making it personal for us as individuals. The Sun in Libra is opposite the Moon in Aries, and at the exact degree of Pluto in Capricorn. So the Cancer leg is the part we have to do consciously in order to get the benefit of any tension in these departments. It is personal transformation, this full moon. Know that the luminaries are lighting you up in a way that is 1, purifying you on the deepest levels, and 2, facilitating permanent change and transformation. So anything you are truly willing and ready to release, this is the moon to work with. For you to experience the level of relationship that you desire, what do you have to change or redefine about yourself so that you can magnetize that vibrational match? Keep in mind that that applies to both personal and professional relationships. And at any Aries moon, it is all about you. So do some mirror work or dig into your journals looking for patterns you are finally truly over, and trust that this cleansing is preparing you to be able to engage with others on a much higher level of integrity going forward. So, full moons are amazing to work with consciously. Pluto is part of the party this go-round, which means Saturn's part of the party. So transforming your reality is really happening. So doing the self-work on the individual helps keep it really clean and keep you on track with what you're trying to create there. Same day, we have some blessings. On Sunday the 13th, Sun is going to sextile Jupiter. This energy is sometimes considered lucky, but the success you achieve under this influence is more likely due to a positive outlook and a clear vision of who you are and what you want. Your life is expanding. Your self-understanding is deepening, and it will be easier to be around other people of higher consciousness, improving things and creating opportunities that benefit a larger number of people. There's a healthy dose of optimism around some grand plan, and things are moving, but make sure to do the foundation work to support this larger vision as it manifests in reality. If you are a teacher, guide, leader of any sort, this energy supports your group efforts, so giving workshops, seminars, or new classes is totally supported and will benefit you while serving others. So that's pretty awesome. Let's all keep an eye out for that one. We do have some events this week. Monday, the 14th, I have Shanta's Compassionate Wisdom Circle, so there are links to join us there, and it's only $26. And the Venus Circle is only $25, so same ballpark. But on the 14th, before we get to the events, we have Mercury sextiling Saturn, another really good one for the week. This energy is really good for being able to objectively see what needs to be changed, fixed, or stabilized in your life or environment. One expression of this energy is a tendency toward depression or apathy, but a better expression would be facing what needs to be done and following through on what you have begun. You may feel the need to organize things at home or work, or perhaps take a class or workshop of some sort that will help you attain your current goals. Either way, be focused but not too serious. Balance in all things. It's when you focus on the lack and limitation that you feel overwhelmed and sometimes helpless. That's not the point of this energy. It's just time to do some serious thinking and tend to some details, take stock, and make changes accordingly. And yes, the sextile is an opportunity. This is a powerful opportunity, especially with Mercury in Scorpio, conceiving something new, preparing to retrograde, connecting with Saturn in Capricorn, grounding something new in the reality. Also on the 14th, which is Monday, Sun square Pluto. So remember last week, Sun squared Saturn. Here it is, back to back with Sun square Pluto. This is a challenge to grow out of your comfort zone and into new territory. That said, with Pluto in Capricorn 2008 to 2024, twice a year for these 16 years, when the Sun is in Aries in the spring or Libra in the fall, we get an opportunity to grow and change in fundamental departments of life, meaning self versus other and home versus work. And in this case, and during these years, we are literally changing how we do all of this. Each year builds on the previous, and we are now almost 12 years into the 16-year process of transformation, an incredibly potent point in time and space. It is here that you have the most information to consciously work with as you prepare for the remaining 4 or 5 years, and ultimately what you would like to get out of your conscious efforts and dedication. Sun helps us clarify, and when working with Pluto, it is usually what is not working, what has run its course and is ready to be composted into new life, new growth, and a new direction for self. Pluto is the purifier, distilling things back to their true and original essence. Fight that, and it can be painful. Work with it consciously, and it can be transformative and will heal at the deepest root of any challenge. You can use this activation to honor that which has become obvious or is highlighted in the here and now, and purge or purify this energy. You are deeply supported for releasing old patterns and setting new conscious practices into action. Tie up loose ends, close multiple chapters, mourn if you must, and move on. As you do that, you will feel lighter and brighter and more grounded in your true self, your evolved self, your emergent self. So yes, please consider joining us. Shanta and I do a full moon teleconference for this Aries full moon, so it's going to be very powerful and transformative. Then the next night, on Tuesday, I have Kathy Pagano guesting with me, and our theme that night is Scorpio and third eye chakra reclamation. So what I'd really like to remind you about is at the beginning of this year in January, our Venus-Moon contact was in Sagittarius at the sacral chakra. That would be our second chakra. That's where the release work was. And so let me just remind you here about the whole Venus process. The descent, the release work, the month by month that we spent while she was the morning star was all about stripping, releasing things that are no longer necessary for who we are and who we are becoming. And it's a completely natural process. And what's so beautiful about the ascent, the return that we're in process now with the reclamation side of things, that means month by month we are reclaiming things that are a completely renewed version of what we need, or a completely higher value of what we are creating or co-creating at this time. So remember that we did this really powerful clearing at the Creative Center, and notice how we're working with the third eye this month after doing the clearing at the Creative Center so that we could imagine something better, something that we probably couldn't have imagined back in January is now possible in October. At that time, we were very clear on releasing attachments to old stories and belief systems and things that were just simply no longer true. Not good, bad, right, or wrong, just not true anymore. And some stories we came to find out that were never true. A lot of that came out this year. Old aims and goals and dreams, those inflated delusions or seeds that never took. You know, we can honor those and release, and we did honor those, like I said, back in January. And that was what the clearing was all about, clearing any suppression or repression of your natural joy, faith, or optimism. There is something to be said for allowing the imagination to have a vote in your story and to cultivating a new story if you don't like the one you're living at this time. So we opened up to having that beginner's mind and a broader perspective and not be so narrow. Cultivating your senses and your imagination and your perception. All of that is what we're reclaiming at this higher level now. It's very, very powerful to tune in to Scorpio at the third eye. So this is the power of the creative imagination, or our ability to create our lives on any level. It is so magical and so important. And our special guest, Kathy Pagano, is yet another stellar guide. I just love Kathy. She's going to help us, and she has helped me tremendously already, with weaving the new story. So I feel like this is up for many, many, many people in the community at this time, that we have all lived out an old story that has completely run its course, and now we're dreaming up something new, and this is the month where we can conceive that new vision and allow the imagination to help. And Kathy Pagano is just amazing at helping you tap into that aspect of yourself. She does dream work and astrology and so many different things, shamanism, and she's a storyteller. So we're going to do some storytelling that night, which is always transformative, uplifting, and inspiring. She's always amazing at guiding us in the journey. I'm going to ask her if she will interpret our chart for the night. So it's going to be a really fun night. I hope you will consider joining us on Tuesday the 15th at 8 o'clock Eastern Time, which is 5 o'clock Pacific. That's just going to be a really fun night. So I hope you all will consider dropping in and joining us. Also on the 15th, we have Mercury trining Neptune, which is a blessing, which is good. This energy activates your creative process and intuition, so this is so good for our storytelling night. You may catch yourself unconsciously drifting aimlessly, but a better use of this combo is to open to the other realms for ideas and information and play with it, free flow, see where it leads. It is not time for pragmatic analysis, but more a time to explore the infinite possibilities available to you, as well as what's going on in your own consciousness. Ooh, Kathy is so good for this. Oh my goodness, this is great for our call, y'all. You may be more sensitive than usual, opening yourself to information or awareness that isn't always that readily available. Remember to keep good boundaries when opening like this, and if you have to be around people, try to maintain the mystical, creative vibe that this energy is best for. Yes, indeed, we will do that. Then the last activation of the week falls on Saturday the 19th, and it's Mercury sextiling Pluto. So the whole week is Sun and Mercury, and then of course we have the full moon. Powerful transformation underway, y'all, but you see it's in your consciousness, your thoughts, your ideas. It's the things that are coming up from your soul, the communication from your soul. And that's what this one is. 1019 is Mercury sextiling Pluto. That's the soul calling. This energy provokes the need to delve deeper into the ideas or information being presented at this time, whether personal or professional. You will want to dig deeper, ask the hard questions, and gather insights that are deeper and more profound than usual. In your professional public life, you may find yourself doing better due diligence, and in your personal private life, you may find yourself digging a little deeper into your own mental patterns and personal history that has led to now. As you make these connections and begin to grasp these new insights, they will gain traction and you will become more grounded in your own truth. We all get excited about these kind of aha moments, and you may find yourself wanting to share them with others who may or may not be ready to hear such deep truths or have the conscious awareness to even process them. So use some discernment around who and when you share these newfound insights, okay? And I'm going to venture to say, wait until the new year, because you've got to get through this retrograde. This is just the warm-up. This is the pre-game for Mercury retrograding through Scorpio. It's already there, stirring things up in that department of all our lives. And it's strictly water, all Scorpio. I've got a couple of audios. I've been talking about this. You can go back on the YouTube channel and catch the last few updates, and you will get filled in and all that. But it is a magical time, y'all. That is also the most potent time to have this be going on during our end of the year. We're moving toward what I call Access the Ancestors season, which is the first week of November technically. This is just really good if you're going to have any time or space or want to make some time and space for some ritual ceremonial magic. My experience has been that especially during times of chaos and confusion and upset and struggle and what have you, that we're all facing on some level. When you don't have choices in the 3D realm and there aren't action steps that can be taken there, you have to go to the mystical realm. You have to call on the angels, the ancestors, and your animal guides. You have to. And that's the most amazing thing to experience firsthand. It's not something I can tell you about. It's something that my Soul Sister Circle is dedicated to. I want all of you who want to have the experience of co-creating with your angels, ancestors, and animal guides and reporting back about your magic, because that's what we do every month on the new and full moon, the seasonal shifts, and we check in with our own selves and the planets and how they're affecting us, as above, so below, as below, so above. When you start paying a little bit of attention, things start to make a little bit more sense, and you can tap into that co-creative aspect rather than be a victim of what's happening to you or around you. Now you're working from the inside out, using it all as fuel or fertilizer or what helps you grow. You know, that little bit of extra oomph, just knowing that the energy supports you as you do this deep delving, as you start a dialogue with your soul, as you tend to some shadows. Ooh, by the way, my teacher, Pixie Lighthorse, is also publishing her 4th or 5th book, Gold Mining the Shadows. So there is going to be a link for that as well very soon. And it can be found on Amazon. The pre-order date started yesterday, I think. So that is going to be an amazing support during this time as well. And I love her timing for the release of this book, Gold Mining the Shadows by Pixie Lighthorse. So that is our powerful full moon week. That is plenty. You might have noticed, again, I'm trying to remind you so that you catch it when it happens. Last week we only had 3 activations. Anytime we have so few, when it's 1, 2, or 3, the next week usually has quite a bit more. And like I said earlier, this week is very mental and processing on very personal levels. This is your personal process. So taking some time and space where you can, when you can, is so going to be rewarded. Avoiding it, going to be rewarded too, but in a different way, because that pile just gets bigger and bigger. So make sure you are working in some self-care time and some time to do your own processing and to dig a little deeper into a few things, just so they're not undermining you or detouring you unnecessarily. You know, that's part of paying attention. That gets super useful when we apply ourselves and pay attention to the energies just a little bit. Will go a long way, y'all, I promise. And it is a very powerful week, so be mindful and be patient with yourself and others, knowing that the Aries full moon is not the most patient moon on the planet, but it's still going to be juicy. And get under the sky and commune and drink in some of that light energy from above into your whole being, and ground your bare feet on the earth and allow those electrons to soothe your body and reduce your inflammation and hold you again. That's the kind of week we need to be mindful, because it is such a high intensity kind of energy. And of course, as always, reach out if you need to and if you feel called. And I want to thank you all in advance for those of you who I know love these kind of fun things to do. My survey, it's all about the angels, animals, and archetypes in there, and the seasons and the elements and the elementals and all fun stuff. It shouldn't be that hard. I'm just trying to get a beat on what you're into and what you would like to learn more about or cultivate more of a relationship with, and You all would really be helping me out by filling it in as best you can and answering everything to the best of your ability. So I so appreciate you, my community. Power Circle community, the Venus Circle, the Soul Sister Circle is getting ready to be born, so stay tuned for more details on that, because that is going to be fun, and where I host more of my live in-person stuff, so I can't wait to be in touch with some of you that way as well. Oh, and please, I keep meaning to remind you that I live in the Tampa, Clearwater, St. Pete area, so anyone that is in this area or friends and family of yours that live in this area that perhaps wanted to do a live circle in town or have a session with me in person, I'm finally able and open to doing it in person here in Florida while I'm here. I am doing some traveling, but for right now, I'm grounded in Florida. So reach out if you're passing through or if you live here. Stay in touch, and thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a great week. Thanks for listening.
This is Kelly Beard of KarmicTools.com, and I am so grateful for your time, energy, and support. Please share this with those you think would resonate and reach out if and when you need to. Kelly at KarmicTools.com. The goal of my weekly forecast is to alert you to the energies and activations that we're all experiencing and the possibilities for conscious co-creation as an individual. Awareness of the energies is the first key, but I invite you to take it to the next level by checking out my readings, telecircles, and subscriptions, which are all geared toward individual support that helps you understand your own unique blueprint. My specialty is cycles and patterns, and I love helping people figure out their own within the context of the social and collective rhythm. To some, working with their own cycles and patterns is a completely new and foreign concept, but there are many planetary cycles that coincide with natural life cycles that allow us to co-create in mystical as well as practical ways. I create custom tools that I have tried and tested myself for over 30 years, and I do the work alongside my circle every time. So I hope you will reach out if you feel called to dive deeper into your own soul's natural rhythm. Talk to you soon. One love.